Now, sorry about that, as I'm having a few mic troubles, I'm having a few everything troubles tonight, but here we are. We are in Indianapolis here. The microphone decided it didn't want to crap out, and that's what happens when you use it more than one time in a day. But anyway, we're here at Indianapolis. We're here for the Catalyst Mint Series, the Major League eSports Series, and we're here for the season finale, and we're already into qualifying. Spencer Preet currently sitting at the top of the standings with Mark Arthur second, Travis Brown third, Kyle Gubbett in fourth. And one Mr. Jimmy Babb is sitting in fifth. Without further ado, let's go straight into the action, shall we? As qualifying is still underway here. As you only knew the problems I've had trying to get this thing going. But anyway, we are just over 2 minutes in qualifying. So Spencer Preet, only 9 drivers taking time here tonight. Spencer Preet, your man at the top of the table. Mark Arthur second, Travis Brown third, Kyle Gubbett fourth, Jimmy Babb fifth, Marcus Hagman in sixth, seventh is Doug Thompson, eighth is Robert Dudley, and ninth is Josh Bunkowski. So without further ado, before we go into tonight's race, I don't think anybody else is going to be stepping out on track here tonight. So before we do anything else, let's go to tonight's national anthem, brought to you by our very own Mr. Terry Adams. And we're back live here from Indianapolis, the season finale of, or the regular season finale of the Major League Esports Catalyst Mint Series. And we have 14 drivers set to take the grid tonight. So let's go to the grid for tonight's race. And starting up on the pole, once I get the flipping grid up, is Mr. Spencer Preet. Joining him on the front row is Mark Arthur. Row 2 will be Travis Brown and Kyle Gilbert. Row 3 will be Jimmy Babb and Marcus Hagman. Row 4 will be Doug Thompson and Robert Dudley. And row 5 will be Joshua Bonkowski and Chuck Smith. And rounding out row 6 will be Hunter King and Mike Tipton. And rounding out the field on the final row will be Tex Perry and Marshall Newton. So it's 14 cars set to the grid here tonight. So we are going to get them going right here. Go to that nice line view that we were having yesterday. Where is it? Grid. There you go. We've already got Spencer Preet lined up on the grid right now. Where is Travis Brown? Travis Brown, we're waiting for you. Oh no, it's Mark Arthur we're waiting for. We're waiting for that Powerpuff Girls number 12 to show up on the grid. Wherever he may be. There he is. So, stages tonight. Stage 1 ending on lap 25, stage 2 ending on lap 50, and then it's a 30-lap run to the end of the race. So, it's going to be a fun one here tonight as they all set off now. You see them all just leaving. Again, I apologise for the late start here. I had a few connection issues as my internet decided it wanted to take a poo. So, I feel somewhat empathetic of you guys in America constantly having connection problems, because we have the same over here, but then again there is a storm passing through where I live, so yeah, I definitely know how that feels. So Spencer Preet going to bring them to the green here with Mark Arthur sitting in second, Travis Brown in third and Kyle Gilbert in fourth. Those four have been the mainstays in the league all season. Obviously, Robert Dudley is one of the new additions. Chuck Smith has been here partially. Doesn't look like Marshall Newton's going to take the green here unless he's going to start from pit road. I think he might have disconnected. I'm not sure. Sam Cooper Bennett up in the booth with you, riding solo tonight with the guys from Major League Esports, the Catalyst Mint Series, as they go into turn 4 for the first time under pacing. We're waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn into pit road and we can get this underway. Pace car peels off, and as Tony would say, like the car that Spencer Preet's driving, Grandpa Papa Viagra, it's time to get it on! As we're waiting for them to go green, and then away we go! It is time to get it on, as Spencer Preet leads them into turn 1, and they are 2x2, almost 2x2. Mark Arthur already challenging to the outside of Preet as they go through turn 1. Travis Brown slots into third place there. Kyle Gilbert falls into fourth. Marcus Hagman in fifth place there. And Doug Thompson in sixth. Robert Dudley doing okay for himself there in P7. Spencer Preet is your man out in front right now. And Marshall Newton did not take the green and he's not started in pit road. So Marshall Newton not decided to take part in this race and just having the provisionals. Everybody running single file in the early part of this race. Let's go to Tex Perry, who's running back there in the number 85 machine. Spencer Preet has checked out already almost 8/10 of a second to the good over Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur, though, might have a bit of a problem here. He's got Travis Brown and Carl Gilbert, who's all over the rear fender of Travis Brown right now, as they come round to complete lap 2 of 80 here tonight. Remember, the stage ends on lap 25. And we've had some incredible stage endings these last couple of nights. To see if the guys at Major League Esports can do the same. Marcus Hagman 1.4 seconds back already, and he's already got Doug Thompson and a hard charger Robert Dudley behind him. And there is Hunter King, the winner from Monday night's race at Phoenix in the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series. So looking to make a 2 from 2 this week. Jimmy Babb right behind them in the 045 Swift machine. Yeah, Tyler Vickery, I see you in chat there. Oh, it looks like Robert Dudley got a piece of the wall there. Would have loved to see you out on track. It looks like Doug Thompson pushing them wide there, coming out of 2, losing a lot of speed there. And that is going to let Jimmy Babb try and get the inside line there, and he does. Doug Thompson scrubbed off a lot of speed going through turn 2, and he's lost a lot of momentum. Getting a bit of the grass going through turn 3, and that's going to let Tex Perry try and take the position away from him as well. Doug Thompson suffering in that number 13 chicken pit machine, and here comes Tex Perry. Drag race down to the line for the P9 spot. Tex Perry is going to get it. Yeah, Tyler Vickery, hope you're enjoying your vacation, buddy. It'd be good to see you come back all refreshed. I'm going on my vacation on Monday, so everybody's going on vacation. And while back in towards the front, we've got Travis Brown there in 3rd place. I like this camera, Pat, but it just keeps going back to that inside shot, and I don't really like it. Carl Gilbert just keeping Travis Brown honest there. Just half a second back. Oh! Gilbert very close to the wall there as he comes out of turn 4. Further back, Marcus Hagman holding on to that top 5 spot, but he's got Hunter King right on his rear fender. And Robert Dudley's not far behind either. Chuck Smith already 1 lap down. No, he's not. But he's having a fight with Josh Bunkowski right now. Trying that inside line there. Stop going to the camera. Oh, as Chuck Smith almost loses it coming out of turn 2. Lost a lot of momentum there. Bunkowski's going to go right past him. Unfortunate there for Chuck Smith, because he was in one hell of a battle with the 93 there. Meanwhile, Spencer Preet has had a few issues himself and has let Mark Arthur catch right up to the back of him. Almost to the back of him, anyway. Everybody getting really spread out now. Hunter King. Battle between... Actually, Hunter King's got around Marcus Hagman. Here comes Robert Dudley. Try the inside line on the 099. On the spectacular Swede, as I like to call him, Mr. Marcus Hagman. Stop going to that inside camera view. I hate it. So this is your biggest battle on the track right now. Hunter King currently occupying that last spot in the top 5. Hagman and Dudley going to ball it out towards turn 1. Dudley going to take the outside line. Hagman going to give it up. So Robert Dudley moves up to P6 now. Hunter King looks like he's starting to get away from those two now. And he can set his sights on trying to close the gap between himself and Kyle Gilbert. The gap is 2 seconds though between him and the 227. A bit further behind, Tex Perry. Just ahead of Jimmy Babb and Doug Thompson, who seems to have found some speed in that car again. Number 13 Chicken Pit Machine on, trying to look to the inside of the 045 of Jimmy Babb. You see that damage on the right side of Thompson's car. That is slightly hurting him as he's lost a lot of ground on Babb as he comes out of turn 4. I believe we've lost Chuck Smith. Not sure why. Josh Bankowski is on his own now. Take a look at what happened to Chuck Smith. Oh, yeah, he lost it coming out of turn 4 and instant Alt F4. Okay, interesting. So here comes Spencer Preet. He's actually managed to reclaim that, well, regrow that gap, something like that. Anyway, the gap between himself and Mark Arthur is 1.5 seconds. Robert Dudley and Marcus Hagman keep battling out there for that P6 spot. That's not a very good camera angle, is it? There we go. You see right there, actually, Robert Dudley started to get away from Hagman. He's starting to close in on Hunter King now. We're on lap 10 of 80. Josh Bonkowski. What's happened to Jimmy Babb? Babb is out of the race as well. We'll see what happened here. He was right in front of Doug Thompson. Oh, just slid up into the wall, hit the wall hard. And you could say he was a bit too eager to end his race here because he did have a fast repair. So he could have kept it on going, but ultimately decided to call it quits already tonight. So Jimmy Babb out of this race already. Meanwhile, back at the front we have Spencer Preet. Lost a bit of time there to Mark Arthur. I wonder if he's playing a few games here with a 12. Let him close up a little bit as it comes out of turn 1. Travis Brown there in 3rd place has managed to get away from Kyle Gilbert, who's in space all to himself as well. Hunter King though has got Robert Dudley all over his back end now, and they're doing the snake down, the IndyCar snake down the backstretch. As here comes Robert Dudley, takes a look to the inside, not close enough to make a move as yet. As here he comes now. Robert Dudley going to try the inside line here as they go through turn 4. Still not going to make it work as King is going to favour that high line coming out of 4. As Marcus Hagman looks like he's going to bring it pit side. And he is. So early stop here for the 099. Looks like Josh Bonkowski's going to bring it down as well, and he is. Let's see what this is about for Mr. Hagman. Hagman struggling to get into his stall here. Really struggling to get into his stall. Big problems here for Hagman as he's going to be lapped now because of all that. And here comes Spencer Preet now. Big problems for Hagman. And this battle between Hunter King and Robert Dudley still raging on. I just hate it when that happens, when the you just cannot get it into your pit stall like that, and it just really ruins your race. We've got Doug Thompson and Tex Perry in pit road now. Perry, no problems into his pit stall. Here comes Doug Thompson as well now. We've got green flag pit stops underway already. So everybody taking it down pit road now. Meanwhile, Spencer Preet is going to be completing another lap as we got Travis Brown. Looks like somebody back there having trouble getting into pit road. It looked like it was Kyle Gilbert. Take a look at that. Oh, they wouldn't go that far back. But anyway, we're going to take a look there. He's seen coming down the backstretch. Running pretty comfortably. Comes through turn 4 there. You know he's going to come in pit road because he starts slowing down. He's down the inside line. Puts it on the binders. The back end just says no. His car, he says yes, but his car says no, so he has to go around again. And he's battling out with Doug Thompson, who's trying to get a lap back off him. The big winner out of all of that was Robert Dudley, as the same thing happens again to Kyle Gilbert. Fishtail's going into the towards the commitment line. Thankfully, it helps him out, and he actually gets it into pit road this time. Mike Tipton up to 5th place now. He'll move up to 4th now. And he will. But the guys that haven't pitted yet are Spencer Preet, Mark Arthur, Robert Dudley and Mike Tipton. Expect one of these 4 to make it down pit road very soon. As Hunter King, who has pitted, gonna absolutely get Spencer Preet here on the fresher tyres. Let's take a look and see if he can get around him. He can. You can see Spencer Preet starting to struggle on those older tyres now. As we've noticed, Josh Bonkowski has put his car behind the wall now. We've got only 10 runners left, and we're only 17 laps into the race. So, race of attrition already tonight. And no caution, so very strange. Very, very strange. Still waiting for this top 4 to actually make their way down pit road. Robert Dudley still out there. Right, Tipton there as well. They're still persistent with this stupid camera. A Preet there. Kyle Gilbert managed to keep it on the lead lap after pitting. But he's got Spencer Preet right behind him. He should be able to get away as he's on fresher tyres. And he is, quite simply, breezing away from the 27 as Robert Dudley finally brings it pit side. There goes Marcus Hagman. Looking to make up some ground after such a horrible pit stop. Tex Perry got dinged for speeding on pit entry. That's why he's fallen so far back. So Robert Dudley in his stall now. Let's see what he can do. Can he get out ahead of this man? No, he can't, as here comes Hunter King. Down the start finish race. Here comes Spencer Preet now. First man to blink in that top 3. And Tex Perry going to be the next man to get a lap back off Spencer Preet. Marcus Hagman going to be another one to get a lap back off him. So everybody that's left running now, the 10 that are left running, everyone's going to be back on the lead lap. So thank goodness for that. Travis Brown there in P5. He's fallen back behind all of these guys. Not sure what happened to him. He got hit for speeding as well. Going into pit road. So not what he wanted to see happen in this early start part of the race. But with only 10 cars left running, this Mark Arthur finally brings the pit side. Struggles to slow it down. Question is Spencer Preet going to get that lead back from Mark Arthur? It looks likely because Spencer Preet is already on the backstretch and Mark Arthur has not hit his pit stall yet. And out of turn 4 comes Preet. Mark Arthur still not finished his pit stop as here comes Spencer Preet down the start finish straight. He's going to come out back in the lead and with plenty of time to spare as Mark Arthur finally gets away from his stall, but he's going to be so far behind Spencer Preet as Hunter King moves up to 2nd place now. Carl Gilbert moves up to 3rd. So staying out as long as he did, Mark Arthur really kind of shot himself in the foot there. We've got somebody spinning there. I think that's Mike Tipton. Yeah, it is. What happened there? Let's take a look at that. Through the 2nd turn there as... Okay. Coming through that corner there. He's trying to force Mark Arthur, trying to stop Mark Arthur from passing him on pit exit, and ends up taking himself out. So not sure what's going on there, bud, but Robert Dudley in pit road. What's happened to him? Nothing bad really happened. He just did not get into his pit stall. He finally gets it going again. 1 lap down. The man was in 3rd place at one point. Actually, scratch that. He was in 2nd place at one point after Spencer Preet pitted, I believe. But either way, he's really put himself on the back foot as he slides it coming out of pit road. Cold tyres. As everybody seems to be struggling with those tyres around here tonight. As there is Kyle Gilbert. He's got Hunter King behind him. It looks like Kyle Gilbert has actually passed Hunter King and can... Oh, Gilbert very close to the wall coming out of turn 2. Can he try and close that gap between himself and Spencer Preet? The gap will close when the end of stage 1 comes. Question is, can anybody do anything about Spencer Preet because he's been absolutely on fire tonight? Into turn 1 he goes. Hunter King looks like he's starting to close the gap again between himself and the 227. Might still yet have a battle here for 2nd place. Hunter King comfortably in, actually not too comfortably in third place. Here comes Mark Arthur. Been the second fastest driver out there tonight. Second fastest on lap time anyway. 50.988 was his fastest time. That's the second fastest lap time out of everybody. So yeah, I'll repeat it again. He's the second fastest out there, and he proved it there. Mark Arthur just breezes to the outside of Hunter King and moves himself up onto the podium position. And we're about to start the final lap of this stage here. Spencer Preet just going through turn 3 now. And down the start-finish straight he goes. Just one more lap now and he's got to complete, and he's got the stage 1 win here. So good to see there for Mr. Spencer Preet, claiming stage 1. Unless the wheels fall off it, yeah, he's definitely going to claim it. I mean, he needs to get the hate mail coming because these are facts, ladies and gentlemen. Facts. As he makes his way into turn 3, rather aggressively for this stage, this part of the stage. He knows he's got to slow it down. He knows he's already got it won, so no need to be so aggressive, Mr. Preet, as he comes out of turn 4. And down towards the line, Spencer Preet going to bring home the win in stage 1. And the stage 1 winner is Spencer Preet. So with the leader across the line, here are your stage results. And it's pretty academic as they are right now, because there's only 10 cars left running. Spencer Preet is your winner in stage 1. Mark Arthur managing to get up to second, passing Kyle Gilbert before the end of stage 1. Gilbert himself finishing third. Hunter King 4th, Doug Thompson 5th, Travis Brown in 6th, 7th is Tex Perry, 8th Marcus Hagman, 9th Mike Tipton, and rounding out the top 10 is Mr. Robert Dudley. So with that, the end of stage 1, we're going to head away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back very soon with stage 2. Don't go anywhere.
So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
4 more kilometers. There we go! They touch!
This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride.
Frankie! Down to the inside of Hookie's off!
Passenger throws the block, and he will keep him behind him.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up. I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Godspeed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is gonna get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
Welcome back to Indianapolis as we're about to get them back to green here. Spencer Preet is your man at the point. Pit stops have all shaken out. We're about to get stage 2 underway here at Indianapolis. Pace car's about to make the hard left turn and we're about to get it underway here. Lap 30 is when we're going to get them started again. Holding them down, Spencer Preet. And away we go, stage 2 is underway. Green flag is out again and Mark Arthur, let's see if he can hang with them this time. Moving up to second place at the end of stage 1. Can he get stage 2 here as he's up alongside the 27 here. He's staying with him this time. No, he has to find him behind him. Kyle Gilbert going to steam up right behind him and try and get the position away from the 12 as they come out of 2. Marcus Hagman up to P4 now. As Tex Perry gets a bit of the wall there. But the backstretch that's going to lose him a bit of momentum as there goes Travis Brown to the inside. Tex Perry, big problems there for the 85 on the backstretch there. Losing a ton of momentum after hitting the wall on the backstretch. Thought he had a bit more room but ultimately ran out, unfortunately. Meanwhile, back further at the front, Mark Arthur doing everything he can to try and keep Kyle Gilbert behind him. You see that number 227 sliding around the corner there as Travis Brown's moved up to 4th place now after passing Marcus Hagman. Travis Brown making some moves through the field here. Mark Arthur looks like he's starting to extend the gap between himself and Travis Brown, even though it doesn't look like it right now. Thank you, James. Good to be back. As watching a very good race here. 14 drivers start, well, 13 drivers started, the 14 turned up, 1 didn't decide not to start, and 3 drivers for some reason putting it behind the wall even though they wrecked the car and still had a fast repair, but that completely mystifies me, but I'm sure they had the reasons. Meanwhile, further back, we've got Hunter King in a bit of a battle there. You see Marcus Hagman dropping back even further, Tex Perry dropping back as well, and Doug Thompson right there in the chicken pit number 13. Small battles going on there. It's headed by Marcus Hagman there. That's a battle for P6 right now. Question is, can Tex Perry make a move around Hagman as here he comes to the inside of the 099. and makes it up to 6th place there after that mistake he made on the first lap after the restart. Tex Perry finally gets on the loud pedal and gets up to another position. Kyle Gilbert, meanwhile, has moved past Mark Arthur. Let's see if we can see that pass for position. And you see right there, got to the inside in turn 2 and took the position away from the 12. So Kyle Gilbert up to 2nd place now as Spencer Preet already 2.5 seconds up the road. Travis Brown, meanwhile, he's going to have a bit of company soon as here comes Hunter King. Slowly tracking him down. Behind him, Marcus Hagman. Took a bit of a look in the inside of Tex Perry, but ultimately was too far back as he's under pressure from Doug Thompson now. Thompson had his own issues in stage 1. Looking to rectify those issues as he's close to the back of Hagman, but not close enough. Robert Dudley has closed in. Hoping to get a lap back at least. He's got the lucky dog spot right now as Mike Tipton is in pit road again. So Tex Perry is ahead of Marcus Hagman in P6 now. Can he close in on Hunter King now? They're all there as looks like Tex Perry got a bit of the wall there. Take a look at that. So I think if this goes to the in-car cam, I will go nuts. Just out wide, almost got the wall there, but had to back out of it. As Marcus Hagman goes by him, and Doug Thompson going to go by as well. And all the while they're all battling out, Robert Dudley is catching them as Mike Tipton has also put his car behind the wall. So we're now down to 9 drivers now in this race. I can't believe this is a race of attrition and we've only had 1 competition caution. People are giving up way too easily in this race. Marshall Newton obviously had connection issues himself. His computer decided to do an update right before the race. I know how that feels. That's not the best feeling in the world right before you're about to take the green as well. So I definitely feel your pain there, Marshall. But the others, not sure why they decided to give up. Hunter King there, still trying to close the gap between himself and Travis Brown. Not really able to close the gap as it seems right now. Is Hunter King going to bring it pit side already? Oh, has to really put it on the binders to slow it down for the line, but Hunter King making an early pit stop here. I wonder if he's trying to use a bit of strategy there to try and get himself further up the field. Everybody else really spread out right now. Mark Arthur has fallen to 1.3 seconds behind Travis Brown. Oh, not Travis Brown, Kyle Gilbert, sorry. Hunter King is back out of pit road. He's just leaving his pit stall now. He will stay on the lead lap. However, Spencer Preet is not that far behind. You see him there just coming down the start-finish straight. Remember, these guys do have to make a pit stop themselves before the end of this stage, so watch for more green flag pit stops here, provided there isn't a caution, and there probably won't be with the amount of cars left on track. I'm showing a bit of love to the Facebook chat. Once my phone decides to cooperate. There we go. Now you're awake. I just want to put my promotion hat on here and say that we do have a brand new league starting very soon. On September 23rd, get ready to go classic as we got the Lotus 79 taking the centre stage as we have the BOFA Indy Classic Series starting on September 23rd. And we're looking for drivers, so if you're interested in joining that league, then do not hesitate to get in touch with either myself or Tony Trapasso, as we'd be interested to hear from you and maybe get you on the grid once the race comes around. We will have hosted races leading up to the first event, and definitely going to be a fun league to take part in. That's the BOFA Indy Classics League. If you're interested in joining, just give us a shout and we'll add you in. I'm just going to find the live chat on YouTube, on Facebook, sorry. I'm still watching Kyle Gilbert. He's 4.2 seconds behind Spencer Preet. But Travis Brown has actually started closing in on Mark Arthur now. So Travis Brown found some speed in that 0-1 machine. And it's really hustling and Harry in the back of that 12th machine as he moves to the inside. Mark Arthur just gives it to him. Mike Tackett, that would be telling if I told you my my specs. Basically, everything's, well, it's not up to max. I could squeeze a bit further out of it, but I don't want to blow up my computer, basically. So, but anyway, we've had another pit stop. Meanwhile, Hunter King, well, we know Hunter King's been in. Tex Perry has been in pit road as well, and Doug Thompson. Robert Dudley is still one lap down, he's not pitted yet. So we're still waiting for pit stops from Spencer Preet, Kyle Gilbert, Travis Brown, Mark Arthur and Marcus Hagman, who's up into that P5 spot now. And he's chasing down Mark Arthur. I wonder if Mark Arthur actually had a few issues there. He has got some right side damage on his car, so I'm guessing he must have hit the wall somewhere. And hello to Mary Kate Cook, I know you're watching again. Good to see you showing your support to the channel as always, as you have done the last few weeks, so good to see you with us again. And yes, Marshall Newton, you are right, you won't have 0 incidents in the race. I think everybody else, apart from Spencer Preet, has had a few issues here and there in this race, as Marcus Hagman still closing in on the back of Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur looks like he's struggling with that damage on his car right now. The 9 cars left running in this race, which means Mike Tipton is still going to get a point for finishing the stage. I'll have to talk to Tex Perry at some point and find out if that is going to be the case, but definitely going to be interesting to see if that is the case, as Marcus Hagman still closing in on the back of Mark Arthur here. Arthur only has 8 more laps to go before the end of this stage, so he'll be looking to get that get the stage over and done with, so he can take his fast repair. Meanwhile, Kyle Gilbert is in pit road. Actually made it down pit road this time. Without any issues, as he comes out of pit road now. That's promoted Travis Brown up to 2nd place. As Mark Arthur's going to bring it down pit road now. Ooh, really had to slam on the brakes there to try and slow down for the line. Not sure if that's going to give him a penalty or not, because he had to really... You see the black tyre marks at the back of your screen there. Those are from Mark Arthur trying to slow down for the line. Let's see if he can get his pit stop done in time. He does take his fast repair. As there goes Hunter King past Mark Arthur. So Hunter King up to 4th place now. And here come the rest of the guys. Here comes Doug Thompson. And he doesn't get penalised. So he did get slowed down enough in time to get out. But he's going to be behind Kyle Gilbert. He's going to be behind Doug Thompson, Hunter King, Marcus Hagman, Travis Brown and Spencer Preet have not pitted yet. I'm wondering if they're going to try and extend this run until the end of the stage. Wouldn't surprise me if they did. Travis Brown's still yet to take a fast repair. He's still got a ton of damage on that 0-1 machine. And Spencer Preet is just running away with this race. He has got some damage on his car though. Not sure where that's come from, but he's got 11 seconds. He's 11 seconds to the good over Travis Brown, so he's just cruising at this point. Tex Perry there, a lap behind, as very close to the wall for the 85. Almost coming into contact with the wall. As almost does it again coming out of turn 2. Man driving on the edge here. It looks like he is starting to close in on Spencer Preet. Spencer Preet is on older tyres though. And it looks like he is trying to extend the gap out. Well, extend his run out to the end of the stage here. He's not under any threat, so I don't really blame him for trying. Yep, Tyler Dudley, good to see you there as well. Always showing support for the channel as well. And Robert Dudley's down in P9 right now, 1 lap down after having to make an unscheduled pit stop earlier in stage 1, and he's trying to claw it back ever since. Not in a lucky dog spot right now, as Tex Perry currently occupies that position, and he'll be very happy to see this end of the stage, as will Robert Dudley. He's just coming through turn 2 now. No damage on his car. It looks like he's already used his fast repair, so he's got a clean car for now. I don't think he's used his fast repair yet, actually. I'm not sure what the problem is with Mr. Dudley. But he's going around track at least, and he's going to get a top 10 by default anyway, so no problems for him. And Spencer Preet is bringing it down pit road. So problems here for Preet. He's got to bring it down pit road. I think he was almost out of fuel. As Travis Brown has been down pit road as well. He's just coming out now. Question is, what can Hunter King do here? Can he get out ahead of Spencer Preet? He's just coming round turn 4 now. Spencer Preet's already in his pit stall. Going to be very close if he's going to try and beat him. Preet is still in his pit stall. The lefts are on. Hunter King coming down into turn 1 now. Hunter King's going to take the lead here. With 3 laps left in the stage, Preet has got some catching up to do if he wants to try and win stage 2. The good strategy for pitting early for Hunter King, but he's 11 laps on those tyres. He needs to try and keep Preet behind him if he wants to try and get a stage win here. Spencer Preet actually falling to 4th here, as Mark Arthur is up to 2nd and Kyle Gilbert is up to 3rd. So Spencer Preet staying out as long as he did has really hurt him. As we come to the closing stages of stage 2, Preet meanwhile is on the freshest tyres though, and he's going to have these guys for chips right now. Good to hear that, Joe. Good to see it. Good to hear our good friends at Low Budget TV actually able to broadcast the World Figure 8 Championships. Oh! Kyle Gilbert into the wall hard. Sorry, I didn't mean to change subjects there, but Kyle Gilbert into the wall very hard coming out of turn 2. And he'll be looking forward to seeing the end of the stages. Hunter King has problems too. What has happened to King? Let's take a look here. Was okay going through turn 1. Turn 2, it was okay. I think he just did not have the speed in that car. And he's already fallen back to P3 here. So Hunter King on those older tyres, struggling right now. He's got no speed in that number 9 car. Heartbreak here for Hunter King as he's got no answer for Spencer Preet or Mark Arthur. Spencer Preet managing to chase the guys down and managing to move his way back to the front. So Spencer Preet is going to bring home the stage win in stage 2 here. Round turn 4 now. And out of turn 4, down towards the line. And Spencer Preet is going to claim stage 2 at Indianapolis here. As we continue racing, not sure why. Oh, there it is. So the stage results as they stand right now. Let me just take his name down there. Spencer Preet claiming the stage win here. Mark Arthur in second. Hunter King, heartbreak for the man in the 9. He comes in home in third. Fourth, Kyle Gilbert. Fifth, Travis Brown. Sixth is Doug Thompson. Seventh is Marcus Hagman. Eighth is Robert Dudley. So Robert Dudley making up a position there, and Tex Perry is in 9th. Questionable point for the top 10 there for Mike Tipton. He's been out of the race for a while now. Not sure if he's going to get that point for the last spot in the top 10. We'll have to go to league owner Tex Perry for that one. But in the meantime, Spencer Preet is your stage 2 winner. And while he gets settled down and gets ready for, probably won't go into the pits, but he will get settled down behind the pace car. While he does that, we're going to head away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the final stage of this race. Do not go anywhere.
So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
4 more kilometers. Oh, there we go! They caught!
This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride.
Wonky! Down to the inside, and Hookie's off!
Passenger throws the block, and he will keep him behind him.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up. I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
And we're back live here from Indianapolis. Stage 2 is in the books, and we're about to get started with Stage 3 here. The final stage of the race. It looks like Travis Brown's finally used his fast repair. Before I was interrupted by Kyle Gilbert hitting the wall. I want to point out, Low Budget TV will be broadcasting this weekend's Figure of 8 World Championships, so if you want to find out what goes on there, then go along to Low Budget TV. They have all the action live and direct from Indianapolis. You do not want to miss it. It is one hell of a show. But meanwhile, let's go back to our show here tonight, as we have one more stage to get out of the way. That is the final stage, the final run to the checkered flag. And only one man is looking to claim that win tonight, and that's Spencer Preet. He's been absolutely dominant so far tonight. Let's see what he can do now as pace car peels off. Down the long start finish line they go, and away we go. Green flag is out. And the final stage is underway. It looks like Travis Brown almost immediately onto the inside of Mark Arthur. They'll try and take away that second place. Doesn't get it though. Mark Arthur able to defend from the 0-1. As now they make their way down the backstretch. Spencer Preet using that Indy snake again. Not able to get away as much this time around though. Pretty clean racing in the early, in the first lap out on stage. Final stage, I don't know. Question is, what can Hunter King do here? King had one hell of a heartbreak in the end of stage 2. Would love to get some redemption in the final stages here. He's been pretty strong here tonight. So, look for him. Oh, he almost gets into the wall though. Doesn't want to see that happen at this early stage of the final stint. With 25 laps to go here. As Mark Arthur has moved his way to the front, and Spencer Preet has actually been passed for the first time tonight. So, Mark Arthur moving his way to the front. Spencer Preet has got some damage on that 27 machine. And he's under pressure from Travis Brown and Kyle Gilbert as they go down the start-finish straight to complete another lap. We are 24 laps to go here. The regular season finale here in Indianapolis. Next week we go to Las Vegas, and we'd love to see a lot more drivers turn up for next week's race with the start of the chase coming up. We've got a lot of people locked into the chase at this point, but a lot of them not here tonight, so would love to see them back here. Look at the push that Travis Brown is giving Spencer Preet right now. Preet, that damage on his car, I wonder if that's hurting him right now, because people are all over the back of him right now. Either that or Preet's saving his tyres. We've seen him do that before. We've got a battle further back there. That is between Robert Dudley and Doug Thompson. Doug Thompson is still on the lead lap though. Robert Dudley does have a lot of speed in that number 49 machine, but still, unfortunately, a lap down. Not sure why he didn't get the lucky dog on the last competition caution. Meanwhile, back at the front there, we've still got this battle for second as Robert Dudley, just as I say that, Robert Dudley nearly hits the wall. And Tex Perry does hit the wall, coming out of turn 2, and absolutely destroys his car on the infield. It's not going to bring out a caution. Let's go back and see what happened there to Perry. Going through turn 2 there. Just slides up into the wall. That push there, just absolutely destroying his car. Thank God this is a simulator. If that was real life, he'd be in serious trouble right now. Meanwhile, Travis Brown has got around and Spencer Preet having trouble in that number 27 machine. Well, it's making me believe he's got trouble anyway. Oh, Gilbert almost gets it to the wall. Again, coming out of turn 2. That happened to him on the second stage here. That's let Spencer Preet back on the inside there. And Preet is going to try and take away third place, and he does. Question is, can Gilbert get his momentum back and try and get back around the 27? Only time will tell. They're still nose to tail as they come through turn 3 into... Oh. Yeah, into turn 3 and into turn... Oh. Yeah, 1 and 2. Oh. Even at Indianapolis, I get the corners wrong. That's wrong. That's bad. Pay more attention to the races. As here comes Gilbert now to the inside of Preet. Now he's going to make his move. He's got the momentum back. He's going to move to the inside of the 27. Take away that third spot from Preet. And what has happened to Preet? He was so dominant in the early running of this race. And all of a sudden... just doesn't have anything for these guys. The only thing I can put it down to is that he might be saving his tyres at this part of the race, but I just don't know. Meanwhile, Tex Perry's still in pit road. I believe he's already used his fast repair, so his race might be done at this point. So we're down to 8 drivers left running. As here comes Spencer Preet now again to the inside as Gilbert, I believe he might have hit the wall again. Preet almost did anyway. And he did hit the wall. That's why Spencer Preet got around him again, and that's why Gilbert is now so far back, as now Preet can go and chase after Travis Brown for the second spot. And Mark Arthur just streaking away at the front there. Not worried about what's going on behind him. He's already 1.7 seconds to the good over the drivers behind him. Carl Gilbert. Biggest loser in that. Spencer Preet moves up to second place. That's because Travis Brown has brought it pit side, and he's going to use the Hunter King method of trying to make his way up through the field. Early pit stop, get him done as early as possible. Surprised Hunter King hasn't made that move, as Marcus Hagman trying to get a lap back off the 9 now. There's Dodge versus Chevrolet as they come towards turn 3. Out of turn 3 into turn 4. Hunter King pretty far back from Kyle Gilbert. 1.1 seconds the gap. As Gilbert looks like he's trying to close the gap between himself and Spencer Preet, but failing miserably. That damage on his car must really be hurting him now. 17 laps to go here at Indianapolis. And while these guys are circulating, getting ready for the pit stops, we're just going to head away for our final commercial break of the evening. We'll be right back with some more action, and we'll bring you the end of the race. Don't go anywhere, you're not going to want to miss this one.
So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
4 more kilometers. Oh, there we go! They touch!
This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride.
Wonky! Down to the inside of Hookie's off!
Messenger throws the block, and he will keep him behind him.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up. I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Down into turn number 1. Another slide job and crossover. The brakes are glowing on that left front as we go 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Making sure they won't pull up. Almost in intersection.
And we're back here for the final 14 laps here. And sorry to disappoint you, Marshall. Yeah, I needed to take a bathroom break. I forgot to go during the caution. But anyway, sorry for the big delay between the commercial and coming back to the racing. But we are back now for the final run of the race. And yeah, nature called then. That's why I called for a commercial break. I couldn't wait any longer. But anyway, we're back here for the final part of this race. Mark Arthur, 3.4 seconds to the good over Spencer Pre. Hunter King is in 3rd place. He's just been passed actually by Robert Dudley. Travis Brown is on the lead lap. He has taken his pit stop. And he's in P4 right now. Kyle Gilbert has also taken his pit stop. Doug Thompson has taken his pit stop, but he's a lap down. Robert Dudley not been in pits yet. Marcus Hagman just been in pit road. So we're just waiting for the top 3 now to bring it pit side. As here comes Spencer Pre into pit road, following Mark Arthur down to pit road. As Hunter King slides it around turn 4 to get his way into the pit box, pit lane. That's the one. Now the emphasis goes on to Travis Brown. It looks like he might be going to take the lead here because he's coming around turn 4 already. None of those guys have hit their pit boxes yet. Mark Arthur finally hits his pit box, and so does Spencer Pre. So Travis Brown moves up to the lead now. But the guys again staying out longer, really hurting them as the early pit strategy worked out for Travis Brown here. As it looks like he's in the catbird seat to take a win here with only 12 laps to go. There goes Mark Arthur. You saw him at the top of your screen there, just below the ticker, just coming out of pit road. Travis Brown already making his way into turn 3. So 8 seconds is the gap between Mark Arthur and Travis Brown. 8 seconds is the gap that Mark Arthur needs to make up if he wants a chance of coming home with a victory here tonight. Spencer Preet himself falling to 4th place behind Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert's only got 2 laps on his tyres, but he's got some significant damage as he comes out of turn 4. You see Spencer Preet right there. That damage might hurt Gilbert in the long run, as Preet has been pretty relentless with these damaged cars tonight. Hunter King, meanwhile, made his pit stop and he's fallen all the way back to P6 as Doug Thompson passed him while he was in pit road. But Doug Thompson on for a good top 5 spot here tonight. Meanwhile, Travis Brown, he's got to try and keep his eyes on the road in front of him and get to the end of this race, because Mark Arthur is on his way. He's already taken 2.5 seconds out of Travis Brown's lead. We could be in for a very exciting finish here as we're coming to 10 laps to go here. And it is 10 laps to go as he crosses the yard of bricks. Out of turn 1 now. Can Mark Arthur close in on Travis Brown and make this I was going to say a photo finish, but the word fails me. And yes, Chris Britt, a bathroom break. Even announcers have to take those breaks sometimes. The gap now between Mark Arthur and Travis Brown is 3.2 seconds. 3 dead now, 3 seconds dead. And Mark Arthur is on a mission and expecting to be up to the back of Travis Brown before this race is over. Spencer Preet is on his way as well. We'll watch for him to make his way up to this as well. We could have a 3-car battle for the win here. Travis Brown doing everything he can to try and stop that gap from getting smaller. Hunter King, meanwhile, moves up to P5 now after passing Doug Thompson. Hunter King has got problems. He's got more damage on the car. I wonder if he's hit the wall at some point between 1 and 2. He did pass Doug Thompson. I wonder if he's just making a defensive move to stop Thompson from trying to get back around him. But, crucially, Hunter King has got damage on that number 9 machine. You don't want to see that get any worse. Meanwhile, Mark Arthur's caught up to the back of Travis Brown, and there is a pass for the lead now. Travis Brown tried everything he can to stop that lead from faltering, and now it's gone away from him. Mark Arthur moves back to the point now, and here comes Spencer Preet now closing down on the 0-1. 8 laps to go here. And here he comes now, right onto the back of the 0-1 now as it goes for turn 3. And Travis Brown touched the wall there, had no choice but to give it up to Preet now, as now Spencer Preet sets his sight on his teammate Mark Arthur as they come down to 7 laps to go. We're going to have a very, very close finish here between the 12 and the 27. So here we go, 7 laps to go. It's down to this between Mark Arthur and Spencer Preet. Who is going to end this season on a high tonight? Mark Arthur has it. Spencer Preet wants it. Question is, who wants it more? They've both had multiple race wins this season. They both have been on dominating form this season. And I believe Mark Arthur has the points championship sewn up here, so no such worries for him. But then again, no such worries for Spencer Preet. He's already found his way into the chase, and Spencer Preet gets into the wall. More damage for the 27. He did take his fast repair on that last pit stop, but that's not going to help him at all as they come down the backstretch now. into turn 1. Or into turn 3 and 4. I don't know. I'll give up. Anyway, out of turn 4, Preet almost getting into the wall again, and this is down to this. 5 laps to go here. And Indianapolis, 0.3 of a second is all that separates Spencer Preet from victory here. But we've always said here on Both Broadcasting, catching is one thing, passing is absolutely another. And can Preet get around the 12 here before this is all said and done? Out of turn 2 now, almost into the wall again for Spencer Preet. Driving on the absolute edge here. The gap stays the same, 3.33, 3.66 now. Mark Arthur extending his gap ever so slightly. But Spencer Preet really trying to close that gap between himself and the 12 now. So here we go, 4 laps to go. Spencer Preet's got the run on Mark Arthur as they come towards the line here. Is he going to make the move though? Not close enough to make the move right now. Out of turn 1. Can he gain more momentum going into turn 2? No, he can't. Still not close enough as they come out of turn 2 towards the backstretch. Is Mark Arthur going to hang on here? Mark Arthur still has the advantage. Spencer Preet looking for a clean sweep of all 3 stages here tonight. And it's getting down to it. 4 laps to go. We're coming to 3 laps to go when they come across the line. Through turn 4. This is getting closer and closer. The more the laps tick away. Down the start-finish straight now. Preet is right there with Mark Arthur. As they make their way towards turn 1. Preet very unstable as they go into turn 1. Driving the wheels off that 27 Viagra machine as Mark Arthur gets into the wall. Big mistake by the 12. Huge mistake by the 12. And that has just handed the race pretty much to Spencer Preet. Absolute disaster there for Arthur as we're going to go back and take a look at that now. You see Arthur there just drifted up towards the wall. Big hit there. Lost all the momentum and pretty much handed the race to Spencer Preet there. Absolute heartbreak for the man in the Powerpuff Girls number 12. And the popsicle sticks will be out this time as they come out of turn 4. Spencer Preet has the advantage now as he comes across the line. 2 laps to go now. 2 more circulations and he does have the clean sweep here. Preet gets into the wall now. Is that going to let Mark Arthur back in? I think Mark Arthur might have got more damage on his car than Preet did when he hit the wall. Well, who knows? Anything can happen. We've got 1.5 laps left here. He's trying his absolute best though. And he's closing in on Preet. This could get very close here before this race is said and done. We're just coming around turns 3 and 4 now. As Arthur gets into the wall again, coming out of 4. We're on the white flag lap now. Spencer Preet is the man with the advantage here. Mark Arthur after touching the wall again, coming out of 4. Not going to catch him at this point. Spencer Preet is going to get the clean sweep here. Unless he makes another mistake, which is very unlikely. Out of turn 2 very carefully. Mark Arthur is still there. 1.3 seconds the gap between himself and the 12 now. What a fight between these two guys. It all came down to one mistake by Mark Arthur. And that was what was going to settle it. And I agree with the live chat. I would have loved to see this go down right down to the wire. But unfortunately, accidents happen. And they did tonight as Spencer Preet comes out of turn 4. Finishes with a flourish here as he comes towards the line and claims victory. The final race of the regular season. Spencer Preet wins at Indianapolis. And there is your race winner there. Mr. Spencer Preet. Absolute blistering battle he had with Mark Arthur. As you see there, Mark Arthur and Spencer Preet having a bit of a love tap there as they congratulate each other on the battle they had in the race. I'm pretty sure they wanted to see it go to the flag themselves, as we are going to go to our interviews almost immediately now, because wow, what a fight that was to the end. As I'm just sorting things out here, but let's go to our third place finisher. That is going to go to Mr. Travis Brown, if I can find him. There he is. As we're going to reach out to our third place finisher, Mr. Travis Brown. Travis, you gave it a good run here tonight. Got the lead after that last pit stop, but unfortunately, the guys that finished in front of you were just a bit too strong there.
Oh, there's the button. Yeah, I had to try something. Preet had a little bit of damage that run before, and I guess he was going to take his reset or whatever. And then Mark was a little faster on the long run. I guess he had loosened it up a little bit. But yeah, I just had to try something, and I thought pretty much stretching it as far as I could was my only bet, because I was going to be losing so much time. Short pitting wouldn't have helped in a couple of laps, so I tried to do it there. I got to the lead, and I was hoping that maybe those guys would just fall off, trying to make the time back up. Maybe it would kind of even out, but it wasn't even close. So maybe if I could have hung with Mark up there for 2, maybe 3 more laps and then pitted, it may have worked out, or we may have been close enough. It could have been somewhat of a battle, but him and Preet were faster than me. I mean, they deserved it, so I don't have a problem finishing third to those two.
Yeah, but you still got a very impressive finish here tonight, Travis. I mean, ending off the regular season with a podium, it's not really anything to cry about, really, is it?
No. I mean, like I said, finishing third to those two, that's about where I would have finished anyway. Honestly, I think Kyle probably would have gotten me had I not done the strategy. He was pretty fast too, so I don't know. I'm not complaining. Like I said, it was just it was kind of a Hail Mary to even go for it. So I think I got the finish I deserved, maybe even a spot better. So I'm not going to bitch and complain about it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the third place here tonight, Travis. You end the season with a very good result here tonight, and that's hopefully going to point you into the chase. Looking forward to the chase. Next week we go to Las Vegas. Just give your thoughts on that track and what you think you can do there.
I think that was the first race we ran this season, and I did pretty well there. I think it was me, Preet, and Mark 1, 2, 3 there as well. So I don't remember if I got second or third. I know I didn't win it, but I was up there. So and I feel like we're working a lot better together now with Gilbert and those guys as far as setups and stuff. So I think we'll be even better there this time around. So I'm looking forward to it. We haven't run a mile and a half in a while, I don't think, or at least I haven't. So that should be pretty fun. We've been kind of hitting weird tracks lately with Loudon and Darlington, and now Indy, which is a big rectangle or whatever. So it'd be nice to kind of get back to something normal. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll be pretty good.
Absolutely. Well, one more time, congratulations, Travis. And is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
Just Rebellion Racing, all them. I think Mark put a lot of time into the setup. I don't know. I kind of got there late. I was actually down in Atlanta, but yeah, I made it just in time to race, and then they hooked me up. So thanks to them. Shout out to everybody at Black Country Rock, and thanks to you for broadcasting it, Tex for putting it on, and yeah, I'm ready for next week.
Yep, and next week should be an absolute barn burner. But Travis, congratulations one more time, and we'll see you next week from Sin City.
All right, appreciate it.
Was our third place finisher, Mr. Travis Brown. Let's reach out to our second place finisher. That'll be my good buddy, Mr. Mark Arthur. Mark, just one little mistake was all that did it for you, but if it wasn't for that mistake, I reckon you could have got that. What do you reckon?
I don't
don't think I was going to have anything for Preet. I mean, he was howling, and he got some damage there earlier in the race that allowed me to pull way out. And I mean, I was just a tick off from Preet. I mean, maybe, I don't know, half a tenth a lap or something sometimes. But he got some damage there, allowed me to pull way out. But once he got that quicker pair, I knew he was going to be fast. And I was just trying to get out as far as I could, and he pit it with me. And I was like, that's probably it, because he's usually got really good pit stops, and I actually came out a little ahead of him. And just getting around Travis, I kind of messed up, didn't set him up quite right, and had to slow way down, and Preet gained probably half a second on me, and then just mirror driving too much, worrying about Preet, and trying to worry about holding the bottom line, and I just brain farted. And the setup was really weird. These tire model, I'll be glad when they change it, because you go down in the corner here, and it was just like, oh, I'm doing this corner great. And all of a sudden, you'd get to the middle, and the car, you just touch the gas, and the car would just go straight. And you'd get all the way out of the gas, nothing you could do would make the car turn. And so that's what happened to me there. And I just killed the wall. And luckily, Preet did it a couple times too. And I did it a little bit more than him, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you definitely had a good race. I mean, you did have a bit of problem in pit road earlier, but managed to shake that one off and get your way back to the front. But I think, and I'm not just blowing smoke here, but I think that battle between you and Preet was probably the best battle we've seen all season in Major League Esports. And I know I've missed a few broadcasts, but from what I've seen so far this season, this is probably the best battle we've seen in this league so far.
Yeah, me and Preet always have pretty daggone good races. Then when Cozy shows up, it's usually Preet and Cozy. I guess they feed off of the challenge a little bit more and push each other a little bit harder. Like I've said, both of them are faster than me anyway. They're young guys, but yeah, that was a pretty good battle. I wish I wouldn't have hit the wall. Preet and I was just talking about it. Just he was saying he didn't think he could have got around me, but I think he probably would have. But it's just, you never know what would have happened. But I think it would have been a pretty good race for the broadcast had I not plowed the wall down.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, Mark, congratulations on the second place. Next week, the chase begins. I think you've tied up the points championship tonight as well, haven't you?
Probably the regular season.
Yeah,
not the chase. Yeah. I mean, I was way out in front with that. I don't know how much championship points that. I think there's a regular season points bonus. I don't know how much that is. Preet's gonna murder me in the stage points. He's going to have a lot more stage points than I will.
Well,
so
they got the clean sweep tonight, so
yeah, I don't know how much that'll put him. I don't know if it'll put him past me or close to me or what. I'm not sure how that's all going to play out, but I guess we'll find out later tonight.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the second place here tonight. Not the result you wanted, but you gave it a good go anyway. Looking ahead to next week, the big one begins. We start the chase here at Major League Esports, and we start it at Las Vegas. Just gives you thoughts on that and what you reckon you can do there.
I hate 1.5 mile tracks, but those cookie cutter type tracks, I just don't like them. But I'm okay at most tracks. Unless we go to a road course, and we all know my history with road course. I mean, I'm still decent at a road course, so I just hate them. But I don't know. We'll be all right. I mean, we work on the setup probably more than anybody in this league, and that's why we were running. Oh my goodness, we were running the top 5 spots we had on our team. So we work on it a lot. So I guess we'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, usually when you say you're not very good at certain tracks, you usually win them. You've done that a few times this season.
Yeah.
I think
usually try to find a way to be there at the end. Usually, I mean, sometimes I'll be horrible in hot laps, but then I'll get in the race and just following around everyone else's line and seeing how they're running it. It just helps me out. I usually end up being there toward the end.
Yeah. Well, one more time, Mark, congratulations on the second place. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to for tonight's result?
Just my team, Rebellion Racing. Spencer, Travis, Hunter, Gilbert. I don't know if I'm leaving anybody out, but Marshall, whenever he shows up, he had a little computer problem tonight. That's why he's didn't get to start the race. His damn computer went into an update right before he started racing.
He's been keeping the live chat very lively tonight, so yeah, he's been watching.
Yeah, Tex and Bunce and Doug, all of them for putting this on, and always you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a good job.
Yeah, when we turn up anyway. Yeah. Anyway, Mark, congratulations, and yeah, we'll see you next week when we go to Sin City.
Thanks, Sam.
Anyway, that was our second place finisher, Mr. Mark Arthur, as we're going to reach out to our race winner again. Another win on the season, and finishes the regular season with a flourish here tonight. Spencer Preet, what a battle you and Mark Arthur had near the end there.
Yeah, it was shaping up to be pretty intense there. I knew that I had to pit with him whenever we made that final stop, because I mean, I felt back the run before the end of the second stage, I pounded the wall in 3, and I guess it slowed the car down on the straightaways, because when we went back green at the end, the final stage, I was like getting blown by at the end of the straightaway by everybody. So I lost a lot of time there, and I think I was about around 2.7 back when Mark pit, and I knew I had to pit with him, because once I took the reset, I didn't want to be on a different tire strategy. Even just 1 lap difference, the fall off is so bad here that 1 lap, if I would have pitted before him, he would have been so much better in those final few laps that it would have, I had to pit with him to be able to keep even with the tires, and I was just hoping that I could make up the time the old-fashioned way, just by running them down. And I knew I was going to be a little quicker, but I got a little help with Travis holding him up a little bit in 1 and 2, and that got me about half a second. And from there, I was within a second, and I was kind of starting to pull his draft a little bit down the straightaways and slowly reel him in. And like I said, I mean, it was shaping up to be pretty intense. I don't know if I could have passed him in the last like 3 or 4 laps. The car just gets so tight, and I was trying to set up for the exits to be able to get a run off, but I just couldn't quite get enough. And I don't know if I would have been able to actually ever get a nose on him, because it's so hard to build a run here. But he hit the wall, and then I hit the wall, but I mean, it played out really well, for sure.
Yeah, the guys in the live chat got very angry with you when you hit the wall. There was like, for God's sake, Spencer, you just got the lead. Don't throw it away now. I was like,
yeah, because he just, he tore it down. And 2, when that happened, I saw it coming from a mile away, because I had seen what that had done, since I had done it so many times tonight, where you just can't quite, something about the center of the corner, if you don't quite get it turned right, it just goes straight, no matter how much you back out, no matter, and he was in a position where, like, most of the time tonight, whenever I was in that spot, I just completely lifted out of it and accepted the loss of like a second of time, because I didn't want to just tear the wall down. But he was leading, and I was right behind him, so he kind of was in a bad spot and really had no choice but to bounce off the wall. And then next lap, I did the same exact thing. It just pushed out of 1, and I tore down the wall there, and then went into 2 all cattywampus and tore down the wall out of 2. So but it worked out. I think he really killed it when he hit when he did, and it just it was too much to make up at that point.
Yeah, he definitely hit the wall a lot harder than you compared to when you compare the 2 hits. But it came out on top here tonight, got another win on the season. That's got to give you a lot of confidence when you go into the chase next week, right?
Yeah, I looked at this race because we don't know. I've been trying to kind of do the math myself for most of the season, but I haven't kept it written down anywhere, and I haven't, I'm not sure where the playoff points work, and I'm not 100% sure like how we're even doing them. So I think with the difference in the stages, the stage wins and wins, I don't know how many did you just say? I completely forgot. I don't know how many wins I have on the year, but
I have no idea. I've lost count.
Yeah. But like, I think with all the wins and the stage wins, I might have an edge on them in the playoff points. That was what kind of my goal tonight is. I wanted to sweep if I could get, both the stages and the win. That's like what, 7 playoff points, I think, that's how we're doing it. Pretty much. I was looking at it like that. I just wanted to, because now at this point, none of everything before that we did matters except for Mark winning the regular season championship. That gets him a bonus. I'm not sure how much, but that was really all that mattered for this whole first half, or more than first half of the year. So, and I knew that I was out of that like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So at this point, I've really just been trying to get these playoff points from the stages and trying to get some wins. So I can kind of cushion myself when the playoffs start.
Yeah, and speaking of the playoffs, we're looking ahead there to we're heading off to Sin City, Las Vegas. You got to win that last time. You reckon you can do it again?
Yeah, I mean, a lot's changed. I don't remember when we went to Vegas, but that was, early on in the year, and I think a lot has changed in the way that we've built our setup since then. So I think we're really going to be a lot stronger. And I think we were really strong the last time. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good run for us. Mile and a half's not really my thing, but I tolerate them. There's so many of them on the schedule. You don't really have a choice but to have to put up with them. But yeah, I think we'll be fast. We've been fast every week, so I hope it keeps up.
Okay, Spencer. Well, congratulations on getting another win here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to for tonight's win?
Just everyone on the team. I didn't help at all with the setup this week. I was really bad. I just kind of showed up, and we already kind of had it built, so it worked out. I felt bad because I came in like 20 minutes late into the practice when the session started, and I didn't practice at all beforehand. So I really kind of was lazy this week, but they always got my back. So shout out to Mark and everyone that put in the work, that actually put in the work on the setup this week. Big thanks to them.
Okay, Spencer. Well, congratulations one more time, and yeah, we'll definitely see you next week at Sin City for the start of the playoffs.
All right, thank you. See you then.
As that was our winner, Mr. Spencer Preet. As we are pretty much done for the regular season of Major League Esports now, as we are going to go to our results for the race. So bringing home the win here tonight, once I'm able to get APO working. Anyway, bringing home the win tonight is Spencer Preet after having won hell of a battle with Mark Arthur, who finishes in second. Travis Brown rounds out the top three. Kyle Gilbert finishes in fourth. Hunter King rounds out the top five, but it could have been a lot better for him. Had the lead for a couple of laps earlier on in the race, but had it taken away from him all of a sudden. At the end of stage two, Doug Thompson comes home sixth. Marcus Hagman seventh. Eighth, Robert Dudley. Ninth, Tex Perry. And rounding out your top 10 was Mike Tipton. And 11th was Joshua Bonkowski. 12th, Jimmy Babb. And 13th and last of the starters was Chuck Smith. Marshall Newton, computer problems, relegated him to 14th and did not start this race. But anyway, that is going to do it here tonight for both for broadcasting and Major League Esports. A fantastic battle to end the season here tonight, and one that you will definitely want to go back and look at over and over and over again, as a mistake from Mark Arthur handed Spencer Preet the win here tonight. And things are looking good for the chase when that begins next week, when we go to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, I won't be there next week as I'm taking a vacation. I'm heading away to the UK on Monday, and I won't be back until the 17th. So unfortunately, I will not be able to make it. But we do have Tony Trapasso on hand, and he will be here next Saturday to bring you the start of the chase live and direct from Las Vegas. But for now, all that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you next time. Good night.